Welcome to One Shot Presents. I'm Brick.
And I'm Tiger.
And what we do here is we review comics and action figures.
That's right, and today we're coming at you from the MegaCom here at Larry H. Miller's Jordan Commons.
That's correct, Jordan Commons in Salt Lake City. We're here for the premiere of Wolverine, and we're excited. It's gonna be bad.
It's pretty cool. There's tons of people selling stuff. I got a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man doll. It's amazing.
Yep, so I'm gonna go check out the swag. See you guys in a bit.
As for me, this week's comic book review is Elephant Men. Now, Elephant Men is written by Richard Starkings, and this latest issue has a guest artist, Marion Churchland. Let me first of all just say, she knocks it out of the park. I think it's really cool that Richard Starkings took a chance on a relative unknown comic book artist and let her draw the entire issue, but her art is just slick, it's amazing, it's beautiful. The thing that I love about Richard Starkings, I mean, I could spend all day kissing this guy's butt, but I just think his storytelling is very masterfully done. I fell in love with Elephant Men reading the War Toys trade paperback, and then I read the first volume. But what I love about him is I think he kind of is against the grain compared to most comics today. I feel like comics today, they try too hard to be edgy, they try too hard to push a message, and I feel like he just tells a story and lets it just fall wherever it will. If it's going to be dark, it'll be dark. If it's going to be funny, it's going to be funny. He's got no agenda other than to just tell a great story, and I think he pulls it off. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a 4 out of 5. And the reason I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 is, as someone who likes to complete the entire series and I like to read the whole thing, I feel like there isn't an Elephant Men for Dummies that says, you need to read this one first, then read this one, then read this one. And I would like to have that because I kind of feel a little confused. But if you guys aren't checking this book out, you need to go get it. Great storytelling, phenomenal art. It's a blast. It's just classic comics. So check it out.
$4 for a Coke? Well, at least you get a free refill on the day of purchase. Oh, welcome back to Trevor Time. I'm Trevor. This segment of Trevor Time is a kind of a special segment. We're going to talk about creating your own comic. For this segment, all you really need, paper, pen, and an imagination. Come on, come on. Oh, you took my quarter, you son of a... First, you need to know what your story's about. You need an idea. This is plot. What is your story about? I did the Joan of Arc story because I saw a black and white movie. I could do a body politic about this gumball machine ripping me off a quarter. What's your story about? I just paid $17 for a hot dog. Can you believe that? Next, take your plot, break it down to about 4 or 5 plot points. You don't want to get a lot of detail on these. You just want to get the gist of the story. I like using these little guys. They got the lines already in them, and you can attach them to your original art when you're trying to tighten that story up and your script up. What you're trying to pace out is the beat and the timing of your storytelling to make the story interesting. That's all for this segment. Next time, we're going to talk about thumbnailing the art now. Should I take the cap off?
Hollywood.
Oh, good.
Anyways, we're here with Steve Niles. Steve, thanks for being on the show again.
Thanks for having me again. Did you post?
Although
did
this
you
is
guys
the first
post
time,
first
technically.
one?
No, we haven't. So this is technically the first one.
Keep going to the site every day.
You can't wait. It's like Christmas.
I know.
So, but we were talking earlier. What was it like seeing your movie or your comic turned into a movie?
You know, I think actually in my case, I had like a really exceptional situation. One, because Raimi is who he is, and two, because he, one of the things that was so successful about Spider-Man was that he respected the fan and respected the history of the character. So when he bought the comic, he, even though it's obviously much smaller comic than that, he wanted to stick to the material. So they didn't have to, because I'm the writer. Contractually, you know, once you're done with the script, they just flick you out of the room and they don't have to talk to you again. They kept me in the loop for 7 years almost. You know, either talking to the writers or the directors, and I didn't get on set or anything like that. But honestly, because now I've done some other movies, I've had other experiences. I can say that was one of the best. So it was just a thrill and really kind of surreal to see it actually on screen.
Was it hard at all to kind of let go of something that, you know, obviously meant a lot to you and kind of just put it in someone else's hands, or was it kind of refreshing to see someone else's take on it?
Well, until I met David Slade. Actually, that was the big relief, because he came up, when I met him, he let me know he bought the comics off the stand as the floppies, as a fan. So he went in, and we sort of had a handshake agreement going in. He said, I'm going to try to maintain as much of your comic as I can. He'll fight the fights, and all I asked from him was that just give me a good horror movie, you know? Outside of, you know, everybody wants it to be accurate to the comic and stuff. I'm still like, just try to make a good horror movie, especially if you can do a scary vampire movie. That'd be really great, because those are few and far between.
Right.
So, you know, I feel like, you know, all around I just had a great experience. I couldn't be happier with the way the movie came out.
Yeah. Right on.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, thank you.
Oh, thanks again. So, when will this one be on?
Next year.
Well, that's the end of our show. Thanks for coming.
We want to thank all our sponsors, Night Flight Comics, Larry H. Miller, The Bear, Steve Niles.
Graffiti, thank you. And we'll see you guys next week. Cool. Did we get it? Oh, yeah. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Scan for life signs, Mr. Brick.
Yes, Captain. Sensors indicates a mutant known as Wolverine.
That can't be Wolverine. In real life, Wolverine's like 5'2".
Captain, I'm sensing anger.
Don't make me angry. You don't want to see me angry, bub.
Isn't that line from The Incredible Hulk?
He's dead, Joe.
Megaplex Theaters and Night Flight Comics invites you to MegaCom. Join the cast of One Shot Presents, Utah's hottest comic book review show for fun and prizes as we watch X-Men Origins Wolverine and Star Trek. For more information, check out megaplextheaters.com or watch more episodes of One Shot Presents on Comcast On Demand under the Utah section. Night Flight Comics, for all your comic book needs.